Update. Am I the a-hole for breaking up with my girlfriend after finding out she slept with someone while dating and lied about it? Original post. When I first started dating my now ex-girlfriend, things were going well. I liked her a lot, and pretty early on, I asked if she wanted to be exclusive. At that point, I asked her two simple questions. First, I asked if she was seeing anyone else. She said no. Then I asked if she had slept with anyone else while we were dating. She also said no. She did ask me why I brought that up, and I told her the truth. I told her that I don't see sex as just a casual thing. So, if someone is sleeping with other people while also dating me, that's a sign we're not on the same page. Either they don't see sex the way I do, or if they do see it the way I do and still chose to sleep with someone else, then to me that means they picked someone else over me. Just to be clear, she and I hadn't slept together at that point. After that talk, we officially became a couple. We stayed together for a little over a year. Then I found out that she had slept with someone else while we were dating. I was honestly shocked. There was nothing she could say to fix it, but I gave her the chance to explain anyway. She told me it meant nothing, and that she didn't want to let something so small ruin what we had. She said I shouldn't throw away a good relationship over something so meaningless. But I told her she lied to me. I had been 100% clear about how I felt from the beginning. She knew what I needed, and she told me what I wanted to hear. That wasn't fair. She kept saying our relationship was good, and that lying was the right choice because it kept us together. But I told her I'm not going to act like lying is okay, just because we were doing fine otherwise. I ended it. Now, I'll admit, I do feel a bit guilty. Part of me wonders if I made the right choice. But she did lie to me about something I was very open and honest about. I feel like if I let that slide, it would mean my boundaries don't matter. So, am I the a-hole? Now for the top comments before reading the update. How did you find out? I caught her in a lie about our dating life and another guy she was seeing. She said she hadn't slept with someone else besides me since sometime before her birthday, and we dated around her birthday, so I thought something was off. You're the a-hole. Before you're officially exclusive, anyone in the relationship can do whatever they want. She shouldn't have lied, but she's also under no obligation to tell you anything about her private life at that stage in your relationship. Actually, she is, simply because I asked. Neither you nor her decide what I want in a partner. If she wanted to be with me, this is her obligation. She could have chosen not to be with me if she thought this was unreasonable. Not the a-hole. How do they not realize saying it was meaningless makes it so much worse? She literally threw away a good relationship for meaningless sex. Well, to me, it doesn't have much of a difference. Meaningless sex. She doesn't see sex as intimate as me because I don't believe in meaningless sex when looking for a relationship. Meaningful sex, she had a close connection with someone else, and for some reason it didn't work out, leaving me a second choice. Now for the update. So my now ex came by to my place to pick up her things. Or well, at least that's what I thought she was doing. She said she still wanted to talk about us, that she wanted to stay together, and asked for a chance to hear her out. Against my better judgment, I agreed. I think on some level, I'm hoping to find something to change my mind. Despite what I may seem like, I do love her, but I don't think I can trust her anymore. Sadly, nothing she said really changed my mind. She actually used a lot of the arguments I heard in the last comment section. She told me that she knew the other guy better, but liked me way more, and that our relationship was way better than anything she had with the other guy. I told her that didn't change my mind because in my mind, she chose him before me. She told me that wasn't the case, and then I straight up asked her why she slept with him before me then. She told me that it was just different, and that it wasn't a comparison. I told her I didn't believe her. She then asked me what I expected her to do. If she told the truth, I'd have broken up with her, and she lied. I'd have still broken up with her. At that point, I knew I just wasted my time talking to her, and I asked her to leave. Thanks for all the support. I think my last post made me feel more ready for my ex's visit. I'm glad you stood your ground and didn't feed into her BS. I hope you find someone that actually respects the relationship. Best of luck to you. Exactly. She was trying to twist it either way to make herself look better, but none of it changes the fact that she lied and betrayed your trust. You did the right thing walking away. You deserve someone honest from the start. If she told the truth, I'd have broken up with her. This is her admitting that she manipulated you. If she respected you as a human being and not as a possession or an object, she would have told you the truth and let you make your own decision. Exactly. And since she wasn't apologetic, she wouldn't have been against manipulating OP again in the future to whatever suits her. Next story. Am I the a-hole for feeling betrayed after finding out my wife lied about wanting kids and hid an ex? I'm a 42-year-old guy, and honestly, I'm struggling right now. I need to get this out and hear some outside opinions because I feel completely lost. When my wife, 39 female, and I first got serious, I made one thing very clear. I wanted kids. I told her from the start that if she didn't want children, that would be a deal breaker for me. She said she wanted kids too, and that was part of what made me feel secure moving forward with the relationship. But after we got married, everything changed. She sat me down one day and admitted that she had never actually wanted kids. She said she only told me she did because she didn't want to lose me. I was shocked and hurt, but instead of walking away, I tried to be understanding. I told myself that maybe she was just scared at the time, or maybe things would change. Over time, I adjusted my mindset and convinced myself that not having kids might be okay too. The world is a hard place, and maybe it was for the best, or so I thought. Then recently, I found out she had also been hiding something else, something that hit even harder. Before we got married, I asked her more than once if she still talked to any exes or had anyone from her past still in her life. She told me no, flat out no. But a few weeks ago, I found out that wasn't true at all. She's actually been in regular contact with a guy she used to date. I'm not talking about casual messages here and there. I'm talking about daily good morning and good night texts, personal updates, and even emotional conversations. I also found out that before we met, he paid for her to visit him across the country multiple times. And this emotional closeness didn't end when we got together. It kept going for years into our marriage. Now, I'll admit, I found this out by checking her phone, which I know isn't a great move. I didn't do it out of nowhere, though. Trust had already been slipping, and something just didn't feel right. So I looked, and what I found broke me. When I confronted her, she said she lied because she knew I'd be upset. But here's the thing. I've always made it a point to stay calm during emotional conversations. I don't yell. I don't shut down. I talk things through. I listen. She didn't have any reason to fear my reaction, at least not based on how I've ever treated her. The truth is, she just didn't want to deal with the consequences of being honest. Now I feel completely betrayed. She lied about something huge, more than once. First about wanting kids, then about a long-term emotional connection with someone else. These aren't small lies. These are major things you build a marriage on. I'm sitting here questioning everything. How am I supposed to believe anything she says now? How do I rebuild trust when the whole foundation already feels cracked? So here I am. I don't know what to do. Am I the a-hole for feeling like maybe this marriage can't be saved? For feeling like I've been played, even though I tried to be patient and understanding every step of the way? Because right now, all I feel is hurt and lost. Now for the comments before reading the mini update. Unfortunately, your foundation is built on lies. She knew you wanted kids and she lied to keep you. That's manipulation. You could have found someone else and had children and a happy life, or you could have decided to stay with her. Problem is, she never gave you a choice. Keeping in touch with the ex in itself isn't that big of a deal, but she lied about it and continued to lie and lie and lie. Your question is valid. How can you trust her? And ask yourself what it would take from her to ever allow you to trust her. Is there anything? Are you willing to stay with her until she pulls the rug out from under you again? Marriage counseling could help, but only if she's willing to put in the work too. Not the a-hole. Yeah, I don't think it's possible to come back from stuff like this. In some areas, you might be able to get the marriage annulled, which may be legally better than divorce. Marriage under false pretenses is an illegitimate marriage. I actually do not believe in divorce outside of very, very narrow situations, but if you can get it annulled, do it. The ex thing is bad enough, but lying about wanting kids is absolutely terrible. That's one thing you cannot compromise on or change somebody's mind about. Like really truly change their heart and mind. I'm so sorry that you have found yourself in this position. This woman essentially conned you into marrying her and hope you're able to get this sham of a marriage annulled. Info: when did she stop being emotionally close to her ex? It's hard to tell from the way you word it whether this was still ongoing at the time you asked, as well as how much longer it lasted. It is still ongoing. She is unwilling to break ties with her ex. I only found out about him very recently. Unwilling to break ties with the ex means he means more to her than you do. I'm sorry, but your next move is clear. Lawyer, now. Mini update. The responses have been overwhelming. I am heartbroken and my emotions are in tatters, but this has confirmed what I already knew to be true. I appreciate everyone's support. Thank you for helping me see things clearly. Last story. Am I the a-hole if I tell my ex I will tell my brother-in-law about my sister's affair if she continues to see my daughters behind my back? My ex, 41 male, and I, 39 female, have 2 daughters, 7 and 9. After a not-so-friendly divorce, we are trying to co-parent in the healthiest way possible. During the divorce, his ego was hurt. He was financially abusive and started feeding lies to my sister, Esmer, 44 female, and her husband about me, that I used drugs, that I had affairs, that I wanted all the assets. It was all a lie, but I had to prove to the court that I wasn't a drug user through all kinds of testing. It was embarrassing and, honestly, very pricey to prove I was a healthy parent, but I did. When things calmed down, Esmer admitted many things to me, that she bugged my house, followed me around, etc. She did it because she wanted custody of my daughters. She was convinced I was the devil and that my daughters would be better off with her. My ex promised to share custody with her when he took them away from me. It was full manipulation, and she couldn't see it. My brother-in-law also felt loyalty to my ex, like some kind of bro code, and I was no longer welcome at their house. They said I was too promiscuous, living a single life to be around their kids. I am now in a better place. My daughters see their dad, but I have custody. It took a lot of therapy to rebuild us. After some years, I'm ready to start dating again. I matched with an amazing guy, and we hit it off. Due to work and kids, we couldn't meet immediately. But when we were coordinating our first official date, he added me on social media. And guess who I saw there as a friend? Esmer. I asked him, and he told me they had a 2-year affair, and he broke it off a few weeks ago. Esmer went into a full-blown toxic episode of jealous rage, as if she isn't married with a family. Of course, nothing will happen with this guy now. Yuck. I haven't said anything to anyone about the affair, but every summer, my ex takes my daughters to my sister's home. It bothers me when my daughters tell me this, because I'm not allowed to see her kids. But there's nothing I can do since I try to respect their father-daughter time. And of course, Esmer, her husband, and my ex are adults. I can't control their friendships. Now, am I the a-hole if I tell my ex I will spill the beans about my sister's affair if she continues seeing my daughters behind my back? Edit. My ex remarried right away and has 2 more kids. They all go to my sister's house too. Not the a-hole. You should not allow your sister to see your kids, period. Your ex needs to know that, and you're absolutely not the a-hole here. OP should absolutely out the cheater. She was fine believing OP was a cheater and tried stealing her kids. It's all fair game now. Normally, I would out her for her husband's sake, but he too is just a waste of space, clinging to his cheating wife. So OP out her, because let's go for petty. It's okay to be petty, now and forever. Not the a-hole. By her own messed up standards? She shouldn't even parent her own kid due to her promiscuity, let alone try and see yours. Can't wait to see where all that self-righteous energy goes once you confront her about doing exactly what she claimed you were doing. Not the a-hole. You have all the power now. That said, I tell brother-in-law before they get the chance to turn the tables on you and set it up like your lies. Hopefully you got proof from her affair partner to back up the claims. I do. A chat history with this guy, and he said he didn't mind sending over pictures together. I'd go scorched earth. Get copies of everything you can from him quickly before he changes his mind, or before she catches wind and convinces him not to help you. I'd get receipts and do a social media post. Hey everybody, want to hear a funny story? Include screenshots and receipts. Write how you came across this guy, what he told you, etc. And say, she was the moral authority who tried to project her garbage ways onto me. The same garbage woman who partnered with my ex. Bet it was some kind of partnership with him too. Gross. Funny how the truth comes out. I wouldn't reach out to your ex directly. Let him hear about the post. If he's remarried, his new wife won't want any part of that drama. He won't go near her place again. Good thing the judge saw through her. Then her husband won't want your kids, or his kids, around her at all. And go no contact with your psychotic sister. She is truly a POS. And her husband? Send her husband a text of the affair. Be petty. Thank you. I am no contact for a couple of years now. That's why my initial question is if I tell my ex-husband, and not call her directly. Last I knew, we blocked each other. Now for the update. Thank you everybody for your love and support. I don't want to tell anyone around me since I don't want the rumors spreading like wildfire. So thank you for validating that I'm not entirely crazy. I'm no contact with her. That's why going to him might be the better option. A few answers to your questions. The guy still having her on social media makes me think they're still sleeping together and that's how they communicate. Toxic, I know. Brother-in-law doesn't have social media, so it sounds safe if you ask me. I don't think my ex and my sister had something, but I can't defend anyone. My sister faked being on my side during the beginning of the divorce just to get into my house. She would say stuff like, "Why are you going after half the retirement fund if you're the one leaving him?" Or, "Are you going to be that woman asking for child support? Where's your feminism?" And if I cried, she'd say, "If you're the one asking for the divorce, why are you crying? Suck it up." Also, brother-in-law is divorced with one kid from that marriage, and Esmer thinks if the ex-wife makes enough money, she so does, her family shouldn't have to carry the financial burden. So I always felt like she saw me as the enemy, the first wife. After the divorce, my sister and her family moved to another city a couple of hours away. I think the affair started when she was still here. But it's a small town, and the dating pool is horrible, so I'm not entirely surprised by the coincidence. My ex-husband likes going to the bigger town and visits Esmer, saying they're family.